More than 30 culinary food events are happening around the greater Williamsburg area between now and this Sunday. You have the chance to feast on delicious cuisine and enjoy wine, beer, and experience the culinary magic of some of the region's top chefs. Simon Smith and Chef Josh Siegel from the Williamsburg Winery are here with tasty details. We have two dishes here today, Chef, you're going to be putting together. What are they?
First, we're going to put together oyster dish, kind of like an oysters Rockefeller. So we have some oysters. We're going to put in these beautiful oyster shells.
And this is the hallmark of the Williamsburg region, what he's putting together, right, Simon?
It really is, yeah. So we created this menu for the harvest celebration. And it really showcases the menu that was created in 1619, which was the first Thanksgiving menu. And so we've taken pieces of that and used it in our restaurant.
Yum.
So we're thrilled to be able to showcase this today. Yep.
Really a lot of fun. It's paying homage to that time in our history and using some of those found foods or first foods. Chef, you've already assembled this. You're like a wizard in the kitchen here. What were the layers? Oyster?
The layer was the oyster first, and then we have a mix of arugula. It's cooked down with some shallots, some garlic, and you can really add any kind of alcohol that you want to deglaze. And then on top of that, we have some duck prosciutto. And then what I just grated on was some Gruyere cheese.
Yum.
And then...
See, I told you they were blow torches. Stand back, everyone. He's going to blast this one and just melt it down a little bit. Is that cooking the whole thing in there, or the oysters were already steamed, Chef?
The oysters were already steamed. It makes for a quick plate up in the restaurant.
Interesting.
And so we have these finished oysters.
You know, you mentioned you reduce the arugula with alcohol. I would imagine the wine is probably a good fit, Simon.
It's a perfect fit, yeah, especially this time in the morning.
You're going to be pairing, this time in the morning it's perfect for that. You're going to be pairing these delightful wines with the menu.
Yes, yeah. So this is our Williamsburg Winery Viognier. It's a perfect pairing. The minerality of this is a perfect pairing with the brininess of the oysters. So you get a really good balance of acidity, a little bit of the duck fat in there as well, and obviously the arugula. It's a great tasting. Yep.
And the Viognier is really, again, that's a really fantastically growing grape here in Virginia.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's become very, very popular. It's probably one of our most popular selling wines that we have at the Williamsburg Winery.
You mentioned it was the perfect time to sip this morning, so we should do that.
I think
Don't you
so.
think?
I agree
Okay,
with you.
all
Yeah,
right, let's go for it. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and do that. You're doing these pairings for the events, but this is one of many going on through that overarching celebration.
It is, yes. So Williamsburg itself has about 30 different events. And cheers.
Cheers.
And so we at the winery are hosting a French dinner this Thursday evening, and we're also hosting a psalm dinner where the sommeliers come in and can actually pair different wines with different foods as well, and then people judge on that. So it's a lot of fun.
I love that. It is a lot of fun to hear from the folks who are very knowledgeable about the wines, because I think we have a tendency to think it's stuffy or, you know, wine is unapproachable, but the really cool thing is it's totally approachable. It's farm to bottle. It's really real life. I mean, it's a farm product.
It is.
And it's really cool to see how it accentuates what's going on the table.
Absolutely, yeah.
Should we try one, Chef?
Sure.
Do you think?
Yes.
Okay. So that's delicious. And then what should I be, when we do the little tasting here, is going to be super hot with the blowtorch? I think I can do it.
It should be okay.
It should be fairly warm.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay. So you said duck prosciutto. This is a first for Jessica. Put it on here. Okay. What else?
We won't watch you.
No, everyone's watching right now. You see the. What else are we making, Chef?
Today we're also making a butternut squash bisque. And then in here, the star of the show is actually the garnish. We have a bruleed sage marshmallow. We have a couple multicolored carrots. We have a classic orange carrot. We have some yellow. On top of the yellow carrot is a breakfast radish. And then around the bowl, we have some savory granola. And then we have a little bit of smokiness with this Espelette pepper. And then we just have a few little greens. And then we have the butternut squash soup.
Yum.
Which...
Now, I was having a moment with this delicious oyster right now, but I thought I heard you say sage marshmallow.
Yes.
Is it sweet or savory?
It is a little bit of both. A little sweet with the sage flavor into it. And it really really accentuates the flavor of the butternut squash.
Yum. So they all, again, you're kind of having this flavor exploration in the bowl, and then you bring the wine into the mix.
Yeah.
What would you pair with that, Thomas?
So here we have our 2015 Reserve Chardonnay. It's a perfect pairing. The buddiness, the creaminess of the soup is actually encased in the wine as well. So you're allowing that flavor profile to come through. And it's a very silky, very smooth.
So for all of our friends who, you know, there's some people just getting into starting with wines and they're thinking, okay, I've got a white and I've got a red.
Yeah.
The difference between the Viognier and the Chardonnay is going to be what?
Really mineral based and a little bit more richer, a little more buttery, more creamy flavor to it.
Okay,
yeah.
Let's do a little taste of
Should we do it again?
I think
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
I think
okay.
we should.
Yeah.
You know, the oyster was really good, but I feel like, you know, we got to test the product. Okay, so this one, Chardonnay.
So Williamsburg Winery Chardonnay. This is our Reserve 2015 Chardonnay.
About 15 seconds left. And it is. It's totally, cheers to that.
Cheers, yeah.
Totally different from the Viognier
Yep.
and wonderful. And I really want to taste that sage marshmallow. Is that okay?
Of course.
And the focus that we have, our culinary philosophy at the winery.
Oh, I should mix spoons. That's what you're telling me.
Is that we focus really on bringing the finest and purest ingredients, and our focus is farm to farm, and so we have our own garden, and we allow that to really showcase in the carrots and the sage marshmallow, the radishes and everything.
You guys have a lot of fun. I know you do.
We have a lot of fun.
And this is delicious.
Yeah.
I can't wait for everybody to come down and check it out. Thank you, Simon.
We'd love to have you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Second annual Williamsburg Harvest Celebration is currently underway, continuing through Sunday, November 13th at various locations around the greater Williamsburg area. For a complete list of all the scheduled events, check out our website by early this afternoon, WTVR.com/VTM.